you've linked up with a rival promoter to agree on certain days when your parties will be.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's a very small market. So you don't want to make enemies in the industry. If anything, you know, we're here to uplift each other up.
Sure. Hello and welcome back to Move Mic Asia. Today we have something slightly different. Whereas usually we are interviewing DJs and producers, today we are meeting two people behind the magic. So the two people that we are here to meet today are Lonski and his lovely wife, Kate or Katie? Katie. Okay, hello Katie. Hi. And these otherwise known as Pure Pleasure. Pure Pleasure, is that right?
Pure Pleasure Entertainment.
Pure Pleasure Entertainment. Okay, so being behind the scenes, for people looking outside of the DJ industry, being a promoter must seem like their perfect job, because you get to meet all your favorite DJs, you get to meet famous people, you're always VVIP. Is it really like that?
Nah, it is good to get to meet all the DJs, right? But at the end of the day, you know, it's our job to make sure the parties go well, the DJs are happy, everyone's happy. So during the night, I'll be running around, right? And I get people who say, "Hey, Lon, you know, let's come for a drink." I say,
Yeah.
I can't do it now, man. I'm working.
Yeah.
So I never really enjoy the night while I'm working.
So always sober?
Always. Most of the time, unless if someone dragged me and said, "Come on, man, do a shot with me."
Mostly sober?
Yeah, mostly sober. Yeah.
This is why I could not do this job in a million years, because I like a little drink. So, looking back, taking it back to the early days, was there a time where there wasn't too many gigs or DJs or nights in Bangkok and you decided that I need to put my own night on? Like, why did you start this?
Okay, I've been in the industry almost 20 years. Start from DJing back in 2003. Right, and then we did our first party in 2010.
Okay.
And that was in Melbourne.
Oh, in Australia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Were you two together in Australia?
Yes.
Okay, so you've always been a team?
Yes,
Okay,
always. Since day one.
Day one?
Yes.
Good job.
Fan forever. Yeah, in Melbourne there were lots of promoter, and the dance scene over there, it's like really big. And at one point I tried to book many DJs, but I can't, even if I have money to, because they are blocked by the bigger music festival.
Okay, so this is something to talk about. Why do some DJs get blocked from playing specific for specific promoters? Why does this happen?
Because that promoter might be putting on like the biggest show of the year, you know, they might have 40,000 people. And then of course the agent wants their DJ to play at the biggest festival.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't accept any like other smaller club shows. Yeah.
So how did you get around this problem?
So we had to move back to Thailand.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, there are not many players in Thailand, right? So then I can book anyone I want. Yeah, but the downside is our scene is very small.
Sure,
Yes.
sure. That's a big commitment for something that you want to do. Moving countries just so you can bring these DJs in. Were you okay with moving to Thailand?
Well, I mean, it didn't seem like there was a lot of options back then. I mean, we were doing really well, but on a smaller scale. And this is something that we've always said, which is, you know, do you want to be a big fish in a small pond?
Yeah.
Or, you know, or the reverse.
Sure.
And obviously we don't want to be the small fish in the big pond. So we decided that, okay, you know, we're going to relocate and start all over again if we have to.
Yeah.
But at least we're coming from a point where we already have experience that other people might not have because they're not overseas and they might not have put as many events as we have.
Sure.
And then, just kind of step up from there.
And so, talking about experience, how long were you in the industry for before you moved back to Thailand?
We moved back to Thailand in 2012. Yeah, but we were throwing parties from 2010.
Okay.
So we had two brands, one called King of Clubs,
Yeah.
which was a monthly,
Yep.
and then we did Ace of Space, and it was a weekly.
Sure.
And also, like, Lon had been DJing for like a number of years already.
Yeah.
And his stepping stone from DJing to becoming a promoter was that, he wanted to do more than just, rocking up at the club at like 2 a.m. in the morning and like, playing music. So his experience DJing and having to know what it's like to put on a show for other people. And then, doing our own events for 2 years, we were like, okay, well, you know what, we can move up from here.
Perfect. So you just used the experience that you had already and then implemented it when you moved back to Thailand.
Yes.
Talking about implementation of ideas, you have been to quite a few festivals, ADE, Tomorrowland, etc., Ultra. Did you take any ideas of their structure or promotion or how they did the shows and implemented that into what you do?
Yes. I think it's also come down to the fact that our festival is much smaller, and then we're still not making like that much money.
Sure.
Now, if we would have to have like 10,000 people,
Yeah,
then I'm sure I can do like more stuff.
definitely.
Yeah. So, but I've been to many festivals, so I've seen what's good, what is not, what can we do, what shouldn't we do.
Which,
Yeah.
which was your favorite festival?
Oh man,
Hard question.
very hard question.
Do you always go together to the festivals?
Almost all
Almost.
of them, except one that I can't like actually go to.
Yes.
But I think that a lot of the festivals that we enjoy are the one that has a lot of content,
Yeah.
a lot of rich content. I mean, there's so many events out there that, they just put up the stage, some lights, big name DJs, and that's it.
Are you talking about gigs in Bangkok or everywhere?
No, around the
Okay,
world.
okay.
So you've got events that have rich content. They've got a well brand and something interesting, something for you to take back, think about, something that makes you want to go back again.
Yeah.
And that's something that we try to do as well.
And I think that's quite hard in Bangkok, especially with so many parties. Like every time you open Facebook, there's a party, and because it's Bangkok, it's Monday to Friday, and also the weekend, so it's all the time. Do you feel it's a cutthroat industry in Bangkok? What are your thoughts on this?
I'm curious, are you referring to before the pandemic or after the pandemic? Because it's very,
Do
very
you think
different.
it's changed? It's different?
I think the people's partying attitudes has obviously changed. People can kind of be like, oh, maybe I won't go.
Yeah.
There's not a big drive as there was before the pandemic. But you're right, before the pandemic, there was so much events going on. And even now that we're able to do it, suddenly everyone's doing an event. So it's similar, but the behavior of people are now different.
Yeah, that there are a lot of events. So it's kind of hard if you're do you know the word punter? Do you know this word, punter?
No, explain it for long
I think this is an English word. So punter is just the same as customer. So punter or customer.
Yeah.
So as a customer looking, I think it's sometimes hard to find the event that you want to go to, especially with prices rising quite recently. What do you think about the pricing? Or do you think it relates to the DJs that you bring in?
I think it's also related to the DJs and pricing. I don't know, like when I put on some shows, some people might think, oh wow, you have so many DJs, you know, you're not charging a lot, this is good.
Yeah.
But for someone who's like, maybe I go, maybe I won't go, they think, oh man, but it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Right? Like recently we had Unkonscious gathering. We
Okay.
had 5 international DJs. Ticket were 1,000 baht pre-sale, 1,000 baht, 1,500 at the door. And I had some people saying, oh, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
But if you were to divide that, it's like 300 baht a DJ, right?
Yeah.
So it's quite cheap because have to bring DJs from overseas, and flights are now 2 to 3 times more
Yeah.
expensive, and people don't realize that their cost.
The cost behind putting on the show. Yeah. Also, I think this is Thai or Asian specific. Even if you bring a big name, you don't necessarily sell tickets. Do you think this is true?
Definitely true, because every DJ, there be some part of the world that they are not as big.
It's unusual in Thailand as well. With if you look at festivals, everywhere else around the world, you would get people in by giving them the names of the DJs who would play. In Thailand, it's the total opposite. So they just say, we're holding a party, it's going to be massive, buy your tickets. And people buy the tickets without knowing the DJs that are playing. You think this is unusual?
I think that the most important thing that they're looking at is where is it happening, and then from then they can kind of tell what kind of crowd is going to be there, whether or not they have to pay to enter. I mean, as you mentioned, the whole thing about the pay is it's pre. There's a lot of places for you to party where you don't need to pay entry free.
Sure.
But if you go to Europe or if you go to Australia, for example, you're going to have to pay to get in.
Yeah.
Even if there's no one there. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and things are a lot more expensive nowadays, I think. Like looking at the price of things going up in England, it's absolutely shocking. Like as you say about the flights, I looked at going back to England. Usually it's about £450, and now it's over 1,000. So it's actually doubled in price over the past few months. So I can imagine whilst you are bringing DJs in from other countries, so internationally, there would be quite a big cost contributed to that.
That's right. Like for Unkonscious in February, we're bringing over like nearly 20 DJs.
Okay.
We have to pay for their flights, and it's 3 times more expensive, which is...
So I want to touch on this. You have a party at Alexa Beach in February, so it's like a beach party.
Yes.
With a number of DJs playing. Can you reel off the DJs for me?
Or
can you remember?
Oh, there's so many.
Yes. Start from Tuesday, boat party. There will be Roger Shah versus Sun Lounger, open to close.
And this one is on a boat?
A floating cafe.
Floating cafe is different than a boat.
So it doesn't move anywhere. So you have to get on a speedboat to this floating cafe.
I've seen this. So people go to this boat cafe and fish for squid, and then they cook their own food.
Oh, they don't have to cook it, but they can get someone to cook it for them,
No squid that day, though.
Oh, you can.
The squidding that day?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can do, that's something that's already comes with the boat, right? So that's a fun activity you can do. I mean, who say you can go to an actual party and listen to a trance DJ or like, Roger Shah.
Yeah.
And then go squidding at the same time.
Good idea. But I also think that this idea is ingenious. I've never, I've been aware of the floating cafe, but I've never seen any parties there yet. Are you the first?
Yes, first one. We always try to do something different, something new. We just keep pushing our boundaries.
So that is in Pattaya on February the 7th.
Yes.
Okay. Tickets or pay on the door?
Tickets through Ticket Melon.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that should be good. And what do you have after that? Some pre-parties?
Yes, pre-party on the 8th. It will be Asia first. Classics night. 2 international DJ.
Okay.
It will be Through Seegers and Matt Darry.
Okay. Vinyl or
no, not vinyl.
Not that far. Classics, but not real classic. Okay, understand.
So,
And
Matt will be doing his show called Party Like It's 1999.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to be partying around 1999 or 2000 too.
Do you have to dress like it's 99?
You can. Why not?
Bring you out your fat pants.
And fluorescent socks
That's
was a trend in England.
Yeah.
So the party at Alexa Beach is on the Thursday and the Friday.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? Why not Saturday and Sunday?
Because our friend TLT, they are doing subculture on Saturday.
Okay.
Yes, in Bangkok.
Okay, so is that a weekend or just one night?
They gonna have the show on Saturday,
Yeah.
and then the after party on Sunday.
Okay. So you've linked up with a rival promoter to agree on certain days when your parties will be.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's a very small market.
Mm.
So you don't want to make enemies in the industry. If anything, we're here to uplift each other up
Sure.
and to support each other. So, we go to their events, they come to our events, and if there's anything that would kind of help each other out,
Yeah.
we would do it, because we're here to bring everyone to Thailand and to enjoy their time. We're not here to, fight over customers or anything like that.
And we be promoting these two events together. We're
Yeah.
gonna call it Thailand Trance Week.
Okay.
So if you add up, that's about 30 international DJs. It's gonna be like the biggest trance week ever in Asia.
Yeah, like a mini Miami music conference.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
You should start that Trance Week. Yeah. So talking of rivals and like TLT. So you said you're friends. There's no animosity. It's all good between you. Not only TLT, but other promoters out there.
So, I mean, even though we're all in the same industry and there's a handful of promoters and we know each other, we know who's who and who's doing what.
Yeah.
But everyone has carved out their own market segment.
Sure.
Someone might be doing techno, someone might be doing, EDM, this is what we're doing. And so we don't really feel like we're, directly competing with anyone. But if anything, we're bringing more interesting content
Yeah.
for people to choose. Because at the end of the day, they're not choosing, I just want to go with that promoter. They're choosing content that they really want to go to or an artist that they really want to see. And for us, the more the merrier.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, content matters. Definitely. So that's good that you're all friends. Perfect. One big happy family. And I'm expecting to see Trance Week next year, like a full-on Trance Week.
Yeah.
Or even like a music festival. Have you discussed this before, or?
No, I think the thing with Lon is every time, like with every edition, he keeps extending the event. He's always like, I'm gonna have to add that. I'm gonna have to add this year. Oh no, I'm gonna have to do 5 events across 4 days.
Yeah.
It really just keeps on adding because he always has new ideas.
New ideas.
And so I'm like, it's just us, And you're like, So yeah, soon enough, it's gonna be one whole week, and you never know, it might even extend to 2 weekends, one day.
So Alexa Beach on the 9th and the 10th of February. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Where can you get tickets from?
From Ticketmelon/PPE
Okay.
/UNK23.
Okay. Prices
Now it's 3,200 baht for 2 days.
for
isn't
2
it?
days. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's not bad with some of the DJs and the international DJs that you've got coming. I think it would be quite exciting.
Yes, because we have Ali and Fila, Liquid Soul, John SQ, Greg Downey. We're bringing out the big names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be good, exciting times, and the venue is great as well. Will you be by the pool or will you be by the beach for the main stage?
Okay. We start from the pool party from 12 to 4.
Okay.
Right, and then from 4 to midnight, it's going to be on the beach.
Right. Okay.
And the pool is next to the beach,
Okay.
so people can just like move over.
Okay. So either or.
Yeah.
What you feel.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So anything that you would like to add in regards to the parties? So the Unkonscious parties.
We're going to have a surprise end show
Okay. Is this like a secret DJ, special DJ, or?
performance.
Okay, which is under wraps.
Yes, it's never been done anywhere else in the world at trance event.
Okay, and when will people know about this? At the event.
At the event. So like I said, you know, you have to be on your toes. Lon is always adding stuff to the event. So this is going to be a really big one.
So you have to be there to see it.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Where did the Unkonscious name come from?
Well, first we came up with a few names, but I didn't find them any like catchy.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Melbourne, there was a hard trance music festival called Pharmacy.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you name Pharmacy as at one of the rave brand, right? And then it clicked that I only hear it once and I remember, right? Or 2 weeks ago, I saw a wheelchair called Karma.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you name that?
Sure.
You know, and it's like, but you only hear it one time and you remember.
Yeah.
So when I came up with Unkonscious, she didn't like it. She's like, oh no. I asked a few friends, they were like, no. I was like, nah, I want to do it as Unkonscious. Then I have people asking me, like inbox me, why did you name it Unkonscious? You know, it might not be a good name for a festival. And they said, but now you remember it first time.
Sure. Unkonscious is me most weekends. So I can remember it. And you've also got matching Unkonscious tattoos, I notice.
Yes.
Yes,
Actually,
you've got a little one.
So this is the OG, right? This is the original.
Original gangster.
Yeah, original Unkonscious tattoo, which you know, surprisingly, a lot of people have gotten.
Yeah.
So now we're sworn to keep doing events. But if you notice, Lon's is actually, how do I say it? He's adapted his own tattoo to be the Unkonscious logo.
So it's evolved over
So
time.
this is K and K.
Yeah.
For Katie and Kellen. For my wife and my son.
Okay, understand.
So I did that first, and then I came up with Unkonscious tattoo.
Yeah, I have to admit though, the first time I saw the Unkonscious logo, it didn't even hit me that it came from his tattoo until like a long time had passed, and then someone said it, and I was like, oh yeah, your tattoo that you made for me is now the logo of Unkonscious.
Yeah. So thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. And don't forget to get your tickets, Unkonscious Festival at Alexa Beach Club on the 9th and 10th.
Yes.
9th and 10th of February. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.